if something's different, it's almost scary.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard to sell something unique and interesting.
Oh yeah. No, that's the biggest thing, and I think like that was with like this spot. It was like they were looking for something. They even said, you know, like they were like they'd looked for so long for people to like do something different, but didn't like it at all. And then they found our stuff and were like, oh cool, someone doing something different. As you kind of get to the front door, you're definitely enclosed and you feel like you're tight in between these two buildings. And then the idea that you open that up and you come into the entryway and then you feel how open it was. The initial home was, I would say, very traditional cottage, beach cottage architecture, beach cottage, small, single story. It's a fun and super dynamic place. I think when you're doing a major addition remodel, you are left with some of the bones of the existing that you have to work with, and how you can utilize those kind of existing conditions that wouldn't necessarily draw with a blank slate, but how can you add to the craziness? How can you add to, especially in this one, they wanted this like funky, crazy, different, emotive, vibrant kind of interior that makes you excited to live. When we did the landscape, it was like, hey, this is where you're going to go out and get your cocktails, this is where you're going to go get your herbs, this is where you're going to go and get your fruit and veg, and what are your journeys around your house. You're going to go out to the front of the house to get those, rear of the house to get that, and it was fun doing the landscape, because in the landscape came into the idea of like how you're moving around the house when you're cooking. The clients love cooking, they love entertaining, they love having people around. So I think a big part of this house was the kitchen and how integrated it is into the floor plan and how easily accessible it is to everyone to come around and have it as a gathering place. Both of them cook, both of them bake. Like it really is such a central point to this house. They really wanted almost like a Shangri-La experience for the powder. So you go into this kind of like, not necessarily a secret door, but it's a door under the stairway that you would typically maybe just think is storage, and you go into this kind of deep purple, gold, Shangri-La bathroom that just is, again, just something different. Obviously on a limited lot, it is still fairly limited as far as square footage, so we picked the master up. You've got a view over the smaller kind of pitch of the home, so the whole master suite sits above the house, looking out over the neighborhoods to the view, so you do get an ocean view from the master. The master bathroom, they wanted kind of like a moody kind of escape that is also, again, just something different from the typical maybe like white and light and bright, and this one has kind of like a mood to it. It's got the texture, you have the white wall, but it's got the shadowing, so when the lights come on and the like lights coming through the window, it throws a dynamic texture on what would typically just be a white wall. So that, and then coupled with the dark kind of tile with the like very natural feeling shower. It's still got that natural feel to it, but that one's just like maybe a little bit more moody and steamy. I think a home is a set of experiences, and when you have a client that wants to create different experiences when you move through different places, it's always a lot of fun, because you can take what someone might be expecting and then shift it.